This is Terry here with MusicXclusives TV, and to the right of me, I have a man who was hitting hard from like before a lot of these rappers who were on stage were hitting. His son is doing it now. Peter Gunz, Uptown baby.
Yes.
Uptown baby.
BX all day.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Love, man, likewise.
You've watched hip hop evolve, and before coming on camera, a lot of people don't even know. You got your break in like 97, 98, but you've been grinding to the point where Nas and a lot of rappers who were on before you knew and respected your grind. Tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, you know, I was in a group called Gun Runners in South Bronx, probably like 89, 90. Yeah. And, you know, Jadakiss and the Locks always remind me, I had that gold tape Guns, you know.
Yeah.
All of these, a lot of these rappers are younger than me, man. You know, I'm from, you know, although, you know, I put Nas in my top 5, if not number 1. You know, he's in the top 3 for me. But I was rhyming probably longer than Nas was. You know, I'm older than him.
I want to talk more about your career.
But come on,
I want to talk more about your career. You were hitting hard. You had a strong single. I mean, you repped your borough. You put your borough on like Front Street. The way Pun was doing it on another level.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap biz probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from. What? Now if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap biz probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
What were you thinking during that point when it stopped? Were you still passionate about it, or did you develop like a different outlook on the business portion of the music business?
Yeah, you know, up until the record came out, we was doing it mostly on love. You know, you're young and you're not really thinking about the business side of it. You just making records. And even when making Deja Vu, you got to remember the hook is 16 bars. It's about New York, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. You know, our verses are 24 bars. We didn't even make that record with intentions of it being a pop hit. Because if you think about it, I'm talking about shooting. I'm talking about going up to somebody's wife. So it was never even meant to be a hit. It just hit. And once the record hit, we started seeing the business side of things. So you take two dudes that really didn't even have their own apartments at the time, and you start putting thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars in their pocket, and they not even a group. It was a record that we just made.
Well, Tariq and Peter
became a group, and then, you know, we too busy spending money and messing around with women and doing a bunch of stuff. We never finished the album, and then we just learned the dark side of the business at that time.
Wow.
And it turned us off. We actually walked away. We could have came with another album, and it was such a turn off that we fell back, and I will always regret that.
15 years later, your son comes and he's got guys like Nick Cannon, Lil Wayne, I mean, juggernauts in music, not only just rap, who want to be a part of them.
I be macking by my stacking, I'm on pack like a mover, so shout the ratchet for backing out on behalf of my shit. Take they eyes up, I go laughing to ruler, cash money cold, bitch, I took this cooler.
And he was on MTV, he had his own single out, Lil Wayne on the single.
He's still on Young Money.
Still on Young Money, and then he goes away for a little while. He's still doing his thing, but he's not bubbling the way he once was. When you think of that, does that make you think of the 15 years ago when something happened for you? Does it make you keep your eyes open a little bit more?
Yeah, a little, but it's a little, you know, with Corey, I really didn't want Corey in this business. You know, like, you know, you got to remember, like, it's when you go through something harsh and in the ups and downs, you kind of like try to wean your kids into something else. Like, don't come this route. This ain't it. But he was so ridiculous on the mic that I couldn't help it. I had to. You know, I was fortunate for him. My blood, sweat, and tears. I was able to walk him straight into Tommy Mottola and Jay-Z and Puff. He sat down personally with these people. So Corey was signed at 14 years old. He was signed. Got another deal. Then he got another deal. You know, Young Money, great fit for him. But, you know, Corey ain't going to bend. Corey's not going to go and sound like something he's not. So he's going to keep grinding and making records until people either accept him for who he is, or he probably won't ever make it. But I admire him for saying, you know, look, I'm a New York. He's a product of the 90s.
Yeah. So less than 3 years ago, you on Love HipHop.
I'm still on Love HipHop. That was last year. I'm filming Love HipHop now. Be on December.
You exposed the world to another side of you. People saw personal things. People saw things that
bad side. I showed them my dark side.
Do you feel as though that was the best move that you should have made at that point in your career? Being on Love HipHop?
You know, the only regrets, because people always say, do you regret it? That's the word you're looking for. Is the only regrets I have is I didn't think about my kid's mother Tara like I should have. You know, doing the show, I didn't want to embarrass her and her family doing making the moves I made.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my intent. My intent was she's an actor, she's beautiful, and she's smart. She get on the show, she'll do her thing. Also, my family. I didn't want to, you know, my sisters and shit arguing with people, and it's my brother, you know. But other than that, yeah, man, come on. You take a 45-year-old man, right? And he ain't had a hit since Lincoln got shot. And you make him relevant again. You know, I walk in places with rappers and rappers that's hot right now, and people are handing them the phone to take a picture with me. So you take somebody that wasn't relevant, and it's hard for me to sit here and, you know, and again, you know, everything move I make is to take care of my kids. If you ask me this question 2 years from now, and I wasn't able to put college money away and do stuff for my children, then I will tell you, yeah, I surely regret it.
Wow.
But right now I'm able to provide for my children in a way that I wasn't before I did the show. So no, as long as my kids is eating and making and shaking and baking and moving and everything is good with my kids, no regrets. But I do regret humiliating Tara and treating Amina a certain way for the public to see. But I think if you look at both of them, it's benefiting them also. They're making money. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't everything. Yeah. But they making money, and they kind of knew what they were getting into.
From what I hear, like from a lot of people that I know who've been on reality television, a lot of the time, creative control and the editing talent on those shows don't necessarily have an input. Are you fearful going into this next season that they might make you look crazy?
You saw what happened last year, but see, here's the deal. My story was already crazy, so it would be terrible for me to sit here and throw the show under the bus saying, oh, they made me. Nah, my shit was what you saw was what you saw. There was little things that I was like, damn, y'all don't have to do that. I don't need no help being a creep. I'm already looking, you know. So, but nah, man, I don't worry about that. If anybody who could type those things and say, "Oh, I hate you" and all that on the internet, who are you? Anybody that looks at TV and just judges you from a TV show, you know, I don't understand that either.
You gave light to Amina, and I remember her from Village Underground and a lot of those spots downtown.
Yeah, that's where I met her. I met her at the Village Underground.
Do you think that she'll ever get her just due as an artist? Do you think she'll break?
I think that if she don't get her just due, because she's beautiful, she's extremely talented as an artist. She's an amazing songwriter, piano player, guitar player. She's amazing, and that's not just because she's my wife. She's extremely talented, so she'll get her just due eventually. You know, and a lot of her, like what you will hear from the public is Peter ruined her career. And I always gotta say, what career were you referring to, homeboy? You wouldn't even know who she was if she didn't come on that show. Now you could also say, hey, maybe her break would have came, but when we did the show, she had 1,000 followers. Now she about 400,000 followers on Instagram, telling her get away from Peter Gunz as quick as you can.
Yeah, with a hubby and ready to do, like, who knows, long-term mommy stuff and more kids and more kids. Do you still feel as though she can become that worldwide superstar that she can become?
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
I hope so. I you know, it's personal. That's my wife.
Definitely.
I think she got what she has everything it takes. We shall see.
There we have it. This is Terry here with Peter Gunz.
Love.
Yeah, Love and Hip Hop. All that.
All that.
Definitely.
I'm proud of you, brother.
Nah,
you hear me?
Proud of you too, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Yo.
MusicXclusives TV.
MusicXclusives.
We are over and out.
Love.
Peace.